Obituaries are sponsored by Colonial Funeral Home and Stokes Chapel, Fair, Ray, and Perry Spencer Funeral Homes, Boone & Cook Funeral Home and Crematory.
7 announcements from Fair Funeral Home. Arrangements for James Leroy Gerund, 87, Nancy Lee McMillan Witten, 93, Alicia Williamson, 51, and Michael Wade are incomplete. William Leroy Banks, Sr., 81, died April 8th. Funeral services are tomorrow at 2, with visitation 1 hour prior. Burial in Frith Family Cemetery at Overlook. He was born in Stewart, owned and operated Banks Repair Service for 30 years, installing HVAC systems. He was a member of First Wesleyan Church of Eden, where he served as a former board member, trustee, and sound technician. He was the church handyman for 30-plus years. He sang gospel music and played a number of different instruments. Surviving, his wife of 54 years, Shirley Frith Banks, son Billy Banks Jr. and Kim, daughter Julie Banks Tuttle and Mark, all of Stoneville, 5 grandchildren and 2 great-grandchildren. In lieu of flowers, donations may be made to his church or hospice of Rockingham County. Claude Francis Brands, 79, died April 7th. There will be no formal services at this time. Memorial services will be announced later. He was a U.S. Army veteran, Green Beret, stationed in Panama during the Vietnam War. He worked many different jobs and retired as retail salesman at a hardware store. He was a creative writer. Survivors include wife Sylvia, daughters Rebecca and Diana Brands, 3 grandchildren, siblings Fern Blair, Jean Wynn, Donna Bordner, and Mick Brands. Private services for Danny Keith Gammon, 69, will be held later. He was born in Leakesville and employed for over 30 years by City Motors in Greensboro. Surviving, wife Cynthia Hodges Gammon of the Home, daughters Tanya Mills and Melissa Lackey of Reedsville, and Ashley Lemons and Austin, son Cody Lemons of Stoneville, 2 grandchildren and pets Summer and Marley. In lieu of flowers, donations may be made to the Rockingham County Animal Shelter. 3 announcements from Colonial Funeral Home. John Henry White, Jr., 81, of Madison, died April 7th. There will be no formal services at this time. He was born in Rockingham County, worked in textiles for many years, and founded Huntsville Soccer Program. He coached local basketball and baseball and was active as a scoutmaster with the Boy Scouts. Surviving, his wife of 37 years, Mary C. White, children Sherry Hill and Terry, Carolyn Brown and Johnny, Brian Edward White, Miranda Lee White, Sean Connolly White, and Thomas Michael White. 8 grandchildren, 8 great-grandchildren, and siblings Doris Craig, Cynthia Alderman, Ricky White, and Frances Blackwood. In lieu of flowers, memorial contributions may be made to the Huntsville Fire Department. Peggy George Gray, 75, of Stoneville, died April 6th. She was born in Stokes County, retired from Vanity Fair, Bassett Walker, was employed throughout the years by several companies, Washington Mills, district manager for Dollar General, Goodwill Industries, and various convenience stores. Surviving, her husband of 52 years, Robert Larry Gray, son and daughter-in-law, Rusty and Shannon Sanderford Gray, and 1 grandchild. Sisters, Lucille G. Bullins and Bob, and Nancy George. Private memorial services will be held. In lieu of flowers, donations may be made to the Cherokee Scout Reservation in care of the Old North State Council or to the Madison Rockingham Rescue Squad. Leonard Powell Hicks, 85, died April 6th. He was born in Stokes County and spent most of his life in the Pine Hall area. He served in the United States Army from 1961 to 63 and was a cooperative extension technician in Stokes County. Community activities: session member at Pine Hall Presbyterian Church, Boy Scouts of America, Pine Hall Ruetan Club charter member, Hanging Rock State Park Advisory Committee, Colonial Funeral Home Board of Directors, Stokes County Animal Shelter Advisory Board, Stokes County Historical Society, Pine Hall Volunteer Fire Department, and Little League soccer coach. He was preceded in death by first wife Dale Nelson Hicks. Surviving are wife Linda Hall Hicks, son Jamie Hicks and Chrissy, 5 grandchildren, 2 great-grandchildren, sister and brother-in-law Libby and Fred Paris. Graveside services are Sunday, April 16th at 2 at Pine Hall Presbyterian Church Cemetery. Reverend Dr. John Sr. officiating. Memorials may be made to the Pine Hall Presbyterian Church Cemetery Fund and Friends of Stokes County Shelter. Random acts of kindness within your community will also be a great tribute. 2 announcements from Perry Spencer Funeral Homes. Arrangements for Helen Scales, 65 of Greensboro, are incomplete in Madison. Arrangements for Walter Simpson, 90 of Eden, are incomplete in Eden. A service of remembrance for Mary Ruth Manuel Martin, 93, will be held Saturday, April 15th at 11 at Boone and Cook Funeral Home. The family will receive friends 1 hour prior to services.